YouTube, how are we doing? It is the food shop. Thought I would take you round for a food shop here in Oz. And that is always the one thing I get most intrigued about when I travel is how much would it cost to do bodybuilding here? And the first thing to assess is always going to be the food shop. And this is always something in which, when it comes to like traveling around, you know, whether it's like in England or anything like that, always recommend prior to sort of booking anything in terms of like hotels or Airbnbs, is always do a bit of a recon mission beforehand on figuring out where the nearest shop is for your groceries, your gym of course, and ideally your source of supplements if you need it. So we're in the Coles. Let's go. The best way to think about the conversion rate for British pounds as well is pretty much half. So £1.50, you're straight in with a good amount of strawberries. There we go, look at that. £1 of blueberries, which is insane. Beth's gone. She's on a mission. She's looking for some avocado, I think. So far we've smashed the fruit, we're getting some avocado in. And typically when it comes to your food shopping, quite interesting. You notice how like the first sort of 1, 2, 3 aisles are generally where the whole foods are at. So we're going to try and think that like, all right, let's try and get as much of our calorie intake that we can through the first few aisles. Definitely gets me excited in a funny way is that they're actually treat fruit and veg that are on offer. Here we go, before I start smashing people in the vlog by accident. Look at that. It is actively treating produce. So keeping it nice and hydrated, which I must be getting old because I think that is unreal. We were watching something about Australian food. Oh yeah, please, to beetroot. Is that you're only allowed to take meat into your own country if it comes from Australia and New Zealand. Any other meat from any other country isn't allowed, which I think demonstrates something going on here in terms of how they are farming or something along those lines. Beth's signature dish. Oh, I can't even pick it up. What sort of bodybuilder am I? GH is back in. Can't grip anything. Look at that. Should we get one of those as well? £1, fresh as you like. If you are into your fish, your seafood, corn gang, got it all going on. It's actually really hard to vlog while you're here in the supermarket. Sorry, it's up my nose a little bit again, but I don't want to get people in it. Be considerate. What we got here then on the special, we've got the skin on salmon portions going on here. Great to see. Was it $30 the other day, babe? It was, wasn't it? So they did like a bit of a flash sale. It was £15 per kilo of fresh salmon. Onto the chicken, and probably the bottom range, but it is chicken, and we're here to eat the chicken. £5.50 per kilo here. Total price for 1.3 kilos, 7 squids. If you are really in that bulking, not sulking, just need to get those calories in. Look at this bad boy. Woo. Price range, I think that was about £10 though, 10 British pounds. Here we are so far, having a great time. Rest assured there will be some fun. Well, yeah, we call it fun stuff. Going in the trolley. Some of their peanut butter here is absolutely insane. Beth's nails looking sharp. And there's also a little rating system they've got on here as well, which is quite cool. Just letting you know what they deem as like healthy or not. But the flavours here are very, very enjoyable. So we get some of that, and I think that's the undefeated one, the vanilla crispy. Yeah. If anyone can ever get hold of this stuff, get it in, because it is unbelievable. Oh, that's a test. Look at this. I think I've got it. Oh, that would have been embarrassing, wouldn't it?
No, I would have been.
I've made it.
Thank you.
That's okay. No worries. The pressure was on then. Bye-bye. Never in a million years would I thought I'd be asked to help someone reach something.
When everyone asks who you are, you say, I'm cool enough to reach.
Yeah, any haters saying, I'm short, I can reach the top shelf in Coles. So, what was we saying about the old gourmet clusters? Oh, yeah. Be careful, especially if it's on a weekend and you've acquired some of the devil lettuce. But it might become a bit of a snackadon, to say the least. And I think the thing that takes the first place, Mr. Olympia, is this discovery here, which is actually an extra layer or two of chocolate on top of your regular. I've also enjoyed some honeycomb. And there is also gold as well. This one's extra chocolate. And if you get that peanut butter as well, it'd be worth living here just for that, to be fair. I'm not sure if you saw the conspiracy, the old Lindt chocolate, but we'll leave it now and there. We'll see what comes about that with the old lead situation. And so we're getting there on the shop front. I think what's left at this point is the bit of rice and frozen fruit, some squash or cordial. Not as great in terms of standard, but I struggle to consume bottled water. Squash is definitely the key. Don't be afraid of the squash. I've lost Beth. It's all gone wrong. Beth? There she is. That was good. All right. In they go. Nice. So we do always put a couple of bits and pieces in as well. I think that's also, oh my god, nearly ran Beth over. Iced coffee flavours, there's all sorts. But in all seriousness, and us having those things and not being like, that's off the menu, that's bad, you know, things that we enjoy within sort of our routine, but you know, we're not there like, can't have that, you can only have that on a Saturday or something, you know, if we fancy it, we'll pop it in. Instead of going, oh, I'm going to deprive myself for the whole week, what happens on Saturdays, you're going to end up eating probably way more than you would have if you just had little bits and pieces along the way. That's not something in which I've been doing forever, don't get me wrong. When I first got into bodybuilding, it was the normal thing to do of, you know, 6.5 days out of 7 just to eat the same bland thing all the time, and then, you know, when it comes to it, you end up just having this like floodgates open, and it just becomes its own issue within itself, disguised as bodybuilding. So that's been something in which I guess unlearned over the last sort of 3-4 years. In a nice groove with the food overall. Squash time. How much is the tuna? $1 a can.
Yeah.
50p a can for 100 grams of tuna, and it's flavoured as well. So you're getting, what's that protein? 16 grams of protein? 16 grams of protein for 50p. That is a decent protein per p ratio. Happy days for Beth on that one. There's definitely times where I'll still think, you know what, 5 meals a day, 6 meals a day. But overall, it kind of just feels more like a lifestyle at this stage of where I'm at. In terms of just like, right, five meals a day, sit down, have that food shop. Like me and Beth were saying, like we could pretty much go anywhere and our core food plan or whatever will just look the same. We could both go off in the shop separately, come back and haven't known exactly what each other have got. And Beth being a pescatarian as well, it makes it pretty easy for us to be in sync. And I think that's another thing as well, how much resistance you get around home life. When I was living at home, that was one of the hardest things about bodybuilding, was living at home and family not understanding it. And that was a lot easier. The cinnamon scroll, a lovely food, but also a potentially dangerous one because it was very, very Moorish. So that was under £6, I think, for a kilo of blueberries. We look about £3.50 for those at the moment, about £3.50 for that. It's a nice solid 2 kilos of fruit. It's lovely. We just rotate the fruit, sometimes get pineapple, just chuck it in. Jim bod. Better do what it says on the tin. What we got? 400 calories per tub. Happy days. We'll whack that in there. Get that in the basket. Boosh. Guesses in. Be right back whilst we get this done. And in total, remember to half it, it'd be £130. I'll leave that there. I'll just drop it here. Now it's how much it costs. You see, we got that's full. That's got a couple of kilos of fresh fruit in. And there we are. I mean, that added a whole other layer to the food shop. Me making it even harder than I usually do for Beth. let's turn around this in there. So, time to get that back. And I would say that would last us, would you say 7 full days that would? Yeah. 7 full days, you're locked in, £130. So that's obviously, don't forget, for both of us. I hope you enjoyed that. Whew. It was all going on in there at some parts. We'll catch you. Go, Beth. Look. No. Beth.
Sorry.
Yeah. Lovely. See you later.